The Coaching Clubhouse Extra Sh.
And one article I read that you wrote was about psychological capital. How does that fit into what you were talking about here? How have you seen this working with people that you've coached?
Yeah, I love psych-cap as a construct. So psychological capital is, we talk about the hero principles. So the four key things is hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. And hope is an amazing construct on its own, because the idea of hope is that people who are high hopers are able to set meaningful goals. They have a sense of vision where they want to be. They're not waiting for the world to come to them. They're saying, well, I can see where I want to go. They have a sense of agency, a sense of belief, and confidence that they can reach those goals. And they're very good at pathway thinking. So they're very good at finding different routes, particularly when we face obstacles and barriers. And so hope as a construct as part of self-efficacy, I think, is really important. So it's part of psychological capital. The efficacy element, I think, is often overlooked because we take for granted, we're confident that actually efficacy is about the ability to work to our strengths and understanding what our strengths are, and mastering that and being able to evidence the progress in terms of our strengths use. It's about managing our emotions effectively, emotional arousal, because obviously our emotions become big derailers for us. It's about vicarious experience, about looking at where other people are doing well and actually being inspired by that. And I see a lot of people who actually are threatened by other people. I mean, it's like, if I'm feeling vulnerable and stressed myself as a leader or as a manager, it's quite possible that I see the people around me as a threat. My peers as a threat, my direct reports, the positive energizers in my team. Hey, I've got ideas, Clive. It's like, oh, that's a bit, and those people get shut down. Whereas if we can build our psychological capital, we're more likely to be inspired by other people. And then the other element of efficacy is about that ability to ask for support and help, which again, arguably, is where coaching is a great support for the efficacy. The resilience bit, I think people are familiar with the idea of resilience, but I like to make the distinction between what we would call more the rugged resilience, which are those internal assets that we can draw upon, that we don't sometimes recognize we've got. Our optimism, our sense of humor, as examples, and also those external resources we can draw upon to navigate through challenges. And then the optimism element, I think is really important, because a lot of people will come into coaching conversations where they'll say, oh my God, how is everything going? It's terrible. Oh, it's like awful. It's really bad. Oh, what's so bad? Oh, I've got like a revolting team member, or I've got like a challenge with my boss, or whatever it might be. Okay, so, but how bad is bad on a scale of 1 to 10? Oh, it's like an 8 or a 9. It's like, well, okay, really? Okay, let's just take a step back from this a moment, and let's start to look at what's really going on here. And there's a really interesting construct you may be aware of around learned optimism, where you can, using cognitive behavioral theory, to help people to say, well, actually, what's going on in my mind? What am I telling myself here? How is that impacting on how I feel? Stressed, worried? How does that impact my behavior? Defensive, run away, withdraw, fawn, I'll just do more, all these defensive behaviors kick in. And giving people the chance to take a step back and get a sense of perspective is so important. And again, and I think that, well, I know that coaching conversations, again, instill hope, build efficacy, support resilience, and build optimism. And so it's a really nice construct to bring into conversations. And if people are struggling, obviously partly my role or your role as a coach is to listen to those conversations and think, okay, well, what's going on there? I mean, and then maybe bring in what might be appropriate to help people to take a step back and think about some of this.
Discover more on the website at adrianlast.co.uk.